Hello everybody and welcome to Live to Give the Hanover Hilltop. This is the third annual Survivor-inspired charity competition. First, I would like to thank all of the contestants who have signed up to partake on this long weekend journey that will test your limits. This year we were able to raise an amazing total of $27,629 for charity. In third place, raising $2,325 is Rob. Please step forward.
I want to play for my buddy Eric, obviously, but I also want to play for just people struggling with addiction in general, with To the Bridge Foundation. Something that I've struggled with throughout a lot of my life, and I want to be able to give people the freedom of recovery that I found.
In second place, raising $2,370 is Caitlin.
I'm competing for the Sheridan story because it helps give children food in the local schools that go home, don't have food, and they do it in a way that is respectful and private.
And in first place, raising $5,485 is Paula.
I'm competing for Jobert's syndrome and related disorders. The reason being is because my daughter and I have been helping a little girl with this disease. It's pretty rare. There's not a lot of awareness for this, and this is a great venue to be able to do it. This little girl is the worst case in the United States. Most children that have this can walk and talk. She cannot. We met her when she was 4. She is now 13. And I just want to raise awareness because this family lives with her every day, having to carry her, and she cannot talk. They have to be her voice, so now we've become her voice as well.
The players that have been awarded the small advantages for raising $1,000 have already been notified. Similar to last year, the pre-juror that has raised the most amount of money will also be given a spot on the jury. As you know, the game of Survivor is 50% luck and 50% gameplay. This game will be absolutely no different. The 21 of you will make alliances, break alliances, win challenges, lose challenges, and at the end, one of you will win the title of Sole Survivor for the Live to Give the Hanover Hilltop. Alright, well, let's get to your first reward challenge as tribes. This first challenge will be a reward, and it is called Collision Course. This is also a Live to Give fan favorite. How it will work is one person on your tribe will be a designated caller, and they will direct blindfolded tribe members to find their blocks. There will be a total of 4 blindfolded members per tribe, 2 pairs each. So 2 of you and 2 of you, paired up together holding arms. Once the caller and the 2 blindfolded pairs find all the correct pieces for their puzzle, the remaining 2 players of the tribe will begin to stack the blocks on top of one another to solve an 8-letter word. The first 2 tribes to stack all 8 of their blocks in the correct order and have it stand for 5 seconds will win reward. First place will get a tent, pillows, and blankets, which will come in handy tonight. Second place will get blankets and a tarp, and the losing tribe will get a tarp only. Also, each tribe will be going to tribal council tonight. which means the tribe that places last will go first, and one of you will be the first person voted off of our third season. The second place tribe to finish will go second. First place will go third. Live to givers ready. Go! Good job. You have to stay back, Paul. Paul, you have to stay back. How are you doing, McKay?
Keep going, Fred. More left wide. More left wide.
Andy and Jordan struggling.
Girl, forward, right there.
Janicki's got a block. Andy's got a block.
Keep going forward, Rob. All right, you guys are almost here.
We're at 1 block Mille Lacs, 2 blocks Itasca, and 0 blocks for Calhoun.
Which one is it? We're at 3 right now. 2 blocks Itasca, 0 blocks.
Mille Lacs is building. Itasca has 5 blocks. It needs 3 more.
Charlie, a bit to the left!
Go left, Danny.
Mille Lacs, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mille Lacs wins reward. Itasca with 1 block left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Itasca wins reward. Sending Calhoun to tribal first. Mille Lacs, congrats on your first reward win. You will be going to tribal tonight, third. So after these 2 tribes go, you will then go. You have a really nice reward. You have pillows, a blanket, a tent, and some Jiffy Pop butter popcorn for your fire. All right, Itasca, congratulations. You got second, so you also get a pretty nice reward. You get a tarp and some blankets. And yeah, you guys can head back to camp. You'll be going to tribal second tonight. All right, in Calhoun, you will get a basic tarp and you will get the camp in the woods with turkeys, mosquitoes, deer ticks, everything. They run across your camp at night. Awesome. Grab your tarp and head to camp. And one of you guys will also be going to tribal first, and one of you will be the first person voted out.
Hearing at the start of the challenge that I only won the advantage by $75 meant so much to me, because coming into this challenge I was kind of at a crossroads on whether I should even compete or not, with a friend of mine recently committing suicide less than a week ago, and his funeral and visitation and everything is actually happening right now. So just knowing that his money brought me to that advantage means so much to me.
1, 2, 3. Team Red!
My first impression of my tribe is that everyone's super nice. They're really cool. I really like everyone, so it's going to be tough when it comes to tribal, I think. That'll definitely play a factor in who we choose to vote out.
I'm excited to sleep on this thing.
When I got called into the Calhoun tribe, I was really excited. Like, I sized up all the other guys and the girls on the team, and it seemed like we had a great kind of connection. Josh and I were doing the first challenge, and we kind of hit it off really well, and usually I'm much better with girls, so I was kind of like nervous, but they seemed very open and very cool, like inviting with me, so I felt really comfortable, and I'm kind of surprised I was so comfortable in that team already. Originally, I thought McCrae would have been an easy vote, because it seemed like he was the one that dropped the ball, and we couldn't even hear him during the challenge.
After my performance today in the first competition, that was the reward challenge, I botched the job. I screwed our team, screwed the pooch, as it were. I think, yeah, so I definitely think I'm in the firing line right now tonight. Yeah, I'm very worried. Yeah.
Yeah,
I really am.
It's gonna be a
I,
thrill.
yeah, exactly.
Literally, it will be an experience. I think our tribe looks really strong. The only thing I'm a little worried about is I noticed there's 3 girls and the rest are guys. I talked with Katie to like stick together and hopefully next time get a guy out.
Me and Maris decided that we would align kind of throughout because the tribe is majority male, so we kind of decided that we would kind of make our own little female pact together and try and stick together throughout.
But yeah, so Rob came up to me during the when we were paired together, when we were out, he said, like, I got your back for these votes, like, since he's safe, since, like, people will probably be kind of coming to him. He told me he's got my back, but we're gonna try to keep it low just for this vote.
Yeah, mine has, yeah. I'll show it to you.
Okay.
Keep it
My thought coming back to camp is that I'm super happy that I'm not on the chopping block, that I was one of the top money raisers, and I got an advantage in the game, that I'm safe at the first 3 tribals I attend. But with that said, I feel like I have a connection with every single person on the tribe, and it's just going to be tough to vote someone out.
I've been making social connections with Katie. Dan has been talking to me. We've been talking, everybody's been talking.
She's already on, it's only been 2 hours without electricity.
Oh, Candy Crush. Everybody gets along very well. It's going to be a hard decision on who gets to go home. I have a feeling it might be me, but we all get along very well. It could be me because I'm older. I'm just not as agile as the rest of them.
But I've definitely heard my name getting thrown around because I botched the job, so very worried when it comes to stuff like that. Like, people might be just telling you what you want to hear, and so I don't get freaked out or try to pull anything or try to find an idol. So,
like, I get if you guys want to go for me, that's fine, and like, whatever. But like, she literally said she wanted to go home.
Yeah.
So it's like,
No.
I think that would be the best route.
team strong.
I agree.
For me, I feel like I've had a connection with almost everyone on the tribe already. I think Karen has been negative about a few things. Seems like a great person, but the fact that she has been negative, I think, doesn't help her. Didn't work.
I just don't want her to be like mad that we're like saying his name. Well, she kind of brought it up to me. Yeah, she mentioned it to me. Okay. Hey, do any of you guys raise 1,000? Okay. Do any of you guys raise 1,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is your
One extra vote.
Yeah. Did you get that? Yeah. Yeah, and we have to use it for scramble? Yeah.
Kind of hanging with the bros, and I'm usually not that guy, so I felt comfortable with the guys too. And then I feel like, okay, I can hang with the girls and Karen and them, and like, I got the girls too, because I'm very likable with the girls in that sense. But it seemed like I talked to the other guys, and since Karen was kind of like a last minute person in here, she seemed like an easy target. And also McCrae seems like he has a lot of manipulation in him, and so like when we were trying to like plan out what to do for the thing, he was like kick the other cubes and try to like, add some smoke and mirrors into it.
Okay, I feel really good with Katie and Rob, and we'll see. I'll keep talking to people. I really like McCrae, but he is a big threat socially. Like, everyone likes him, so yeah, we'll see.
I didn't think that there could be idols out here.
I know.
I did not think. I know, right?
I'm like, shoot.
Like,
Just really get after it.
Yeah.
No.
Gotta get-
All right, that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh God, wow.
Well, guys, we were last. So positive.
Yeah.
We thought we had them, but apparently there was a big gap with that puzzle, and but we still pulled through, and we were able to take back some sleepwear tonight, so that's going to actually really help us tonight.
Sir, we got smoked.
I don't know how close we were. Apparently the puzzle maker said we weren't even in the ballpark if we didn't first, but we still snuck in second, so we got to go to tribal second, and we got to our camp. It's awesome. It's nice and secluded. A little bit of forestry.
We got the team together. They're big double high fives, and Charlie was the first one to come up and say, "You go, girl, you got this." And I was overwhelmed because I knew I had raised a lot of money. I just didn't know how everybody else placed. And then to hear that number was a bit overwhelming, but I thought, oh my God, is this going to have a target on my back? But each and every one of them, Stephanie and Charlie and Danny, they were all hugging me and great job, this is awesome. And Charlie looked at me and said, this is the team I wanted to be on. So it made me feel good. Because, you know, I feel I'm one of the oldest contestants here. It's overwhelming. And these kids are great.
It's like she's big man on campus. Everyone wants to talk to her, be her friend, sit with her at the lunch table. She's that person right now. So, but I got to build on that relationship. She's pretty impressionable, so whoever gets to her last before a vote is going to be crucial. So I have to babysit her right before votes.
I mean, you were yelling your ass off.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
What's funny is I got so excited when they got the puzzle, I jumped and I hurt my calf. I was like, what the hell? I was the screamer. How can I hurt my calf?
I'm sorry, I have questions how they did that so quickly.
I would like to form an alliance with Charlie and with Daniel. They're just, their head is so in the game. I can learn a lot from them. So I'm very excited to start partnering with them.
A couple people that I'm going to align myself with are both Paula and Charlie. I've had some good conversations with both of them. I think they're strong players. I think that Paula could be somewhat of a goat that I could bring to the end with me, but she's a good player for now. Being safe to the merge puts a target on her back, but I think it's a good thing for me to align with her because it takes the target off of my back. And also, you know, she can't get voted out, so she's good for me to align with because she has some power.
We got to gather some wood. What we did is looked at our camp, sussed it out, went into the woods, looked and saw that we can gather some wood. We each got some water, chit-chatted a bit, and you know, it was great to come in second place. And you know, our campsite is a pretty good campsite, so we're thrilled about that. Then we got wood and we started strategizing. People, you know, I got approached right away.
Yeah. I just want to put matches in my boots.
And you got the action and time. What's the
Okay, exactly. But personally, I think the next one would be Andy to go. I strongly feel that Paula and Daniel and Steph and Charlie and I, we have a really strong connection and a really good bond, but we need to keep winning these challenges so we don't have to have this issue. But if I were to have to say, it'd be probably Andy going home.
On the way back, I had spoke with Charlie, and Charlie's like, hey, Charlie, I think it's like a little cute guy. I think he's kind of straight too, but I got a boyfriend. And I really think Paula could be good. I feel like everybody's gonna want to go to Paula to get information because she is immune.
I have to take my 17 for Will.
I
don't know if I would. Yeah.
Why?
Because my dad is super sick. I'm only here for the weekend.
My dad has non-small cell lung cancer, and he was diagnosed in 2015. Actually, 3 years ago this weekend. So he's had that for 3 years. He was diagnosed with stage 4. He was given 2 months to live, and he's still living. He's not doing great right now, so I don't know. This weekend might be a little emotional.
Let me wait.
We're all snuggled in our blankets.
They said that it was going to get pretty cold tonight.
Yeah. I'm supposed to get down to like the
64.
See, that's like perfect sleeping.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah.
They don't get down past like 85 or 90.
I got that little.
So for tonight's tribal council, we were kind of sitting around the camp and just talking, and Jordan kind of said that, hey, if we have to go to tribal council, you guys can just vote me out because her dad's pretty sick. He has stage 3 cancer, and so she wants to spend some time with him. And so we first made sure that that's what she wanted to do. and she said, yeah, that's what I want to do. And so it kind of made things interesting because a few of us, I think myself and Paula and Charlie and Jordan, all had advantages for raising $1,000, and that advantage was to have an extra vote for the first tribal council, and you can only use it on the first tribal council. And so I just thought it was maybe the best thing to do, instead of using those votes against Jordan, just to help start the fire.
I just feel like I don't really want Jordan to come home, and I think Charlie wants somebody else to go home that is not Jordan as well. He wants to keep her around for another vote, like the next vote, and pick out somebody like Andy now.
Like flatter, you mean?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, two ways to play it, right?
My priority would be bugs.
Right, but if we're screened in, then the slope, it doesn't matter so much. But you might be right, I don't know. Depends on how many you're going to sneak in.
I mean, there's a lot of bugs right now.
Yeah, there are. I just had 3 in my mouth, so
maybe this
Can we bring the fire pit up there if we want?
Getting back to camp was, you know, it was good. Everybody was really excited about the fact that we won, you know, the competition and we got the best camp. So everyone was really stoked about that.
I'm getting eaten alive by bugs. My legs look like a battle war zone. I don't know if you can see it. They're disgusting. But like, I just have bug guts and mud and everything all over me.
This camp kind of sucks. It's dirty, it's dusty, and there's soybeans on one side, which I'm allergic to, and some oak, poisonous, it's just poisonous for cows, oak, and then found some hemp.
Doesn't matter where, it just slides.
it just slides in. I just popped it in.
Okay, cool.
So when Brian and I were standing with our backs to the team while they were doing the whole blindfold, you know, going after that, I just started talking to him right away, like, so, because I kind of noticed when we were earlier, I kind of noticed him talking to Corey, and so I kind of got a feel that they were already strategizing. So I asked Brian, you know, so have you talked to anybody? So we just had a really good conversation and talked about kind of each one of our tribe mates. But I think that Brian and I that we have an alliance now, because he had approached me then once we got back to camp and said, so what do you think?
I feel like I'm closest with Corey, but I also feel like Brian as well.
Go around the corner.
She's got the bug
Right,
face.
and then the ones that
This Corey, you know, I think he's probably the biggest threat. I think he's got some guys that he's ready to play with on the other tribes when we merge. And so thinking long term, if it was me and I could just zap somebody real quick, I might be tempted to go that route. But I really like him. He's part of my alliance. And so, you know, it's a complicated emotion there because, you know, he's good and he's dangerous. But right now he's an ally too.
Yeah, now it's getting real, having to start voting people off. The best one for me right now could possibly be Sandy.
But there has already been, you know, a lot of talk about the fact that, you know, we have tribal tonight, and so we're scrambling to figure out what we're going to do.
It's like you don't have much to base it off of, but that's why I agree. I think we need strength for these early
Yeah,
challenges.
But like, I don't know if anybody like wasn't pulling the weight of the 3 people that I'm thinking would be winning. We also can't vote out Caitlin. So
Oh
she's
my
safe.
gosh, for like 4?
Yeah, or through 4.
4.
Yeah, it's Caitlin safe. So then, I think Brian's fine for now. I don't know if I want that.
Apparently she just said Brian's name too, so she's just throwing everybody's name out there.
That's because she probably hears that everyone's throwing her name. She's thinking of something else instead.
I'm lucky enough to feel semi-safe with my alliance of Caitlin and Brian and McPhail. We shouldn't really have to split the votes unless, I mean, Sandy's the one who should be worried about that, but...
Talking to Alex?
I did, because
Was it
I
when
wasn't
he-
comfortable.
Did he say to you that he didn't want to commit to Rachel?
Yeah, I was there. I was there with Sandy. And
I can cut anybody's throat. I'm not like emotionally attached. I want to create friendships for like longevity, but I want to win. So I don't want to just be here just to get second place. So.
And tonight at Tribal, we're thinking there might be some sort of twist involving players going to their tribes. So I have a theory that if you raised over 1,000, you're not the first person to go home, you just switch to their tribe. Me and Sandy are pretty nice. Moms tend to love me, so I'm hoping to play that up as much as I can.
Shouldn't be this complicated with her.
No, it's the idle paranoia, that's what it is.
Welcome to your first tribal council. Welcome to your first tribal council. This is also the first tribal council, which means one of you will be the first person voted out of Live to Give. So I want to start with Rob. Rob, congratulations on raising the third most first event. So how does it feel to be safe for 3 tribals, knowing that your name cannot send you home at all for at least 3 rounds?
I mean, obviously it feels really good to have that comfort and just be able to talk to everyone and just grow with the team. It feels good, yeah.
And Karen, so what do you do when you first get to your camp? So there's 7 of you. Most of you probably don't even know who each other are outside of this game. What do you do when you get back to camp?
We just sit and talk and communicate and find out more about each other, and it's getting to know people.
Right. And Katie, does that communication kind of lead to alliances or different type of strategizing? Because I mean, you guys are playing for over almost $7 grand for charities.
Yeah, I definitely think once you start learning more about people, you can kind of decide if you want to take them along further in the game. It can be hard when we're kind of stuck in our camp. It's pretty small, we're all close together.
Yeah. So Danny, when she says it's kind of like close and everything's like very there, how do you get a way to be able to talk to people?
I think that's probably the first step, is trying to do things that are about the camp, but also not make yourself seem like you're a target by doing something that's like, okay, why is he going out there? So you kind of gather in the same area with the right people doing the same thing. So I think that's a nice way to kind of like get the ball rolling, especially when it's so early in the game, when we're still just trying to even know each other and see if you're going to align with the right people and you know, make the right decisions at first.
So far it's been, for the most part, groups of 2 or 3, and it hasn't been like going way out for a walk or anything. It's just gathering some wood. Everyone's been helping out, getting water, and so we've been able to have a few conversations that are outside the whole group.
And McCrae, so when people are kind of going off at little bits and pieces of a time, does that kind of like raise the hair on your back and be like, yo, that's kind of making me anxious? Or is it just like, oh, they're just getting water, they're just getting...
Absolutely, because half of the time you're wondering, yeah, are they just going to get wood, or are they secretly plotting your demise, you know? You don't know, so you have to be always watching for that. You always have to just keep track of where everyone is at every time, and yeah, stuff like that.
So Maris, you guys come in here, you guys don't know each other, you haven't voted yet, so you have no idea where loyalty lies. Is there some like hidden things going on, like some things people aren't sharing about this vote at all, or like how are you basing your first vote?
I guess I'm just basing it off of like trusting the conversations I had, and yeah, just trusting what other people have told me.
And Danny, that's a perfect word, conversation. Do conversations kind of mean alliances, or like do they kind of just a basic conversation? I'm just having conversations with someone.
I think at first, because we are still just trying to merge as a tribe, I mean, we all want the alliance of us in general. Like, no one wants anyone to go necessarily. Like, it's too soon. We want to know everyone. We want to still make that chance. So it's kind of sad when we have to like cut our own foot off. And so that's something I think everyone is like not happy with in that sense. So there's nothing really, I don't think, vindictive in the way that we're making, or people are probably choosing their vote at this point. It's just kind of like we just got stuck doing it. So
I don't think anyone's happy with having to do this. I think we've all gotten along. I've developed a relationship with each and every one of these people. I don't think any of us are happy to have to vote out someone tonight.
So you guys seem to be getting along pretty well. Does the person that you're voting for probably know that they're going home, or?
You okay?
You good? Okay.
God.
All right, time will tell, I guess?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, we will get into the vote then. Katie, you're up.
I also have an extra vote for the first tribal that I attend.
I'm voting for Karen because you're a really nice person, but I just think that we need to keep team strength and unity. Extra vote. Sorry, Karen, just gotta make sure.
Wait, brother, I'll do some work here. I'm using extra vote.
I voted for you, McRae. You're a great player, but I think you're a threat.
You gotta do what you gotta do. And then I also have an extra vote. Just to help seal the deal.
I'll go tell your votes. So, 4 extra votes have been used, which means there are 11 votes in this urn. I will read the votes. First vote. Karen. Karen. That's 2 votes, Karen. Karen. That's 3 votes, Karen. Karen. That's 4 votes, Karen. McRae. It's 1 vote, McRae. Karen. That's 5 votes, Karen. 1 vote, McRae. The first person voted off of Live to Give the Hanover Hilltop. Karen, you need to bring me your torch.
If I ever play this again, I want booze because that's the only way I'm ever gonna play again. Because I'm gonna get drunk the whole freaking time.
Karen, your charge is spoken.
Yeah, he's gonna take care. Okay.
Well, you survived your first vote. Most votes from here on probably won't be unanimous, so grab your stuff, head back to camp.
I want to thank everybody for donating, and I'm very proud that I raised so much money for the Angel Foundation, and it was an awesome experience.
Welcome to your first tribal council. Before the game gets ugly and everything happens, I just want to say thank you, because without each and every one of you, this wouldn't be happening. So first and foremost, thank you. So Paula, kind of tell me about this tribe. Tell me what you love about them. Tell me just about them.
Right from the get-go, we talked about our strengths and our weaknesses, whether it was puzzles or just physical strategies. We saw the potatoes, obviously, so we figured there was going to be something with throwing. So it was just kind of nice how we just all came together and just started talking, okay, what's your weakness, what's your strength? So very, very cool group of people.
So going into that first challenge then, Dan and Steph, you guys built that up. Was that something that you guys stepped up to do, or would you guys assign that? Did you guys volunteer to do the puzzle, or kind of how did that go, Stephanie?
I feel like we had talked about it before it ever began, like who was good where, and I knew I was decent at mental puzzle type stuff, and I believe Daniel did too, and so I think we both stepped up.
So after that first challenge, you guys go back to camp. Andy, kind of tell me what happens when you go back to camp. Tell me kind of the morale. Are you guys excited? Tell me what everyone is feeling.
Yeah, we're pretty pumped that, you know, we got our campsite and it was pretty nice. We got a good spot by the woods where we could gather a lot of firewood. So immediately everybody just started going to the woods and grab wood. So now we, you know, just for the fire tonight, we got a huge pile of wood and came back, and then we kind of sat around and BS for a while, and game was on.
Awesome. So Charlie, how do you kind of base this first vote? I mean, from what everyone's saying, it sounds like everyone's getting along pretty well. How do you kind of go about voting someone out if everyone's getting along?
Like kind of Jordan has an issue that's kind of a little bit outside the game, and it kind of just comes down to it that she kind of threw herself on the sword for us, and she even said to herself, like, hey guys, we're all so close-knit, if you just want to be like, hey, don't ruffle feathers, we'll go ahead and do it,
So Jordan, you kind of want to talk about that? Kind of, he said you fell on your sword. What does he mean by that?
Yeah, my dad's sick, and I'm only in town for the weekend to be able to spend that with him,
So Dan, this is Survivor. Is it as straightforward as Jordan is going home, or this is a charity event, but this is also Survivor? How do those emotions get kind of mixed together?
I think once things start to progress, it's going to change a little bit. Everybody understands that, you know, we're out here playing for a charity of our choice, but it's also Survivor, and so it's a tough balance. But I think tonight is going to be pretty straightforward.
There was a few of us on the tribe that got extra votes for raising a certain amount of money, and everyone who got an extra vote decided to burn them in our fire, kind of like sending her off in the proper way. Because we didn't want to massacre her with 17 votes to 1 kind of thing.
I think just bonding with these people. I mean, it sucks that we're losing, you know, somebody, but I mean, they're great.
All right, well, it seems like this is a tight-knit tribe, and I cannot wait to see what happens. All right, we'll get to voting. Paula, you're up.
Love you, and only met you for a short time.
We followed her wishes and we're voting her out tonight.
I'm sorry to hear about your dad. Sad to see you go. Sorry, Jordan.
I hope your dad's okay. I hope you get to spend some time with him this weekend.
You're an absolute gem, sweetheart, but out of your control. I guarantee you'll be the only one knowing they're going home this camp.
Okay, I'll go tell you votes. All right, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted off will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Jordan. Jordan, that's 2 votes, Jordan. Jordan, that's 3 votes, Jordan. The second person voted off of Live to Give the Hanover Hilltop. Jordan, you need to bring me your torch. Jordan, try to slow. All right, well, Jordan fell on her sword for each and every one of you, and I hope that lit some fire under your ass to play this game. Grab your stuff and head back to camp.
I asked them to vote me out because I need to spend some time with my dad, who is sick. So the Breath of Hope Lung Foundation, they fund lung cancer research and try to find new treatments and stuff. So my team was super fun. They were super nice. We bonded in the short time that I was here, and it was a good experience.
So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to all of you for raising money and dedicating a weekend to come out here. So, Brian, tell me about the morale at camp. Tell me how things were when you first showed up to your camp and like what you enjoyed.
Well, it was good. I mean, after starting off, looking kind of crummy in the first little warm-up challenge there, we were pretty pumped. I felt like, it's like came back with our arms full of loot, a good sight. Felt really good to get that tent up. So yeah, pretty good vibe around camp.
And Rachel, is that kind of like a bittersweet feeling? Like, yay, we won a challenge, but one of us is going home. So kind of how did that make you feel?
Well, voting the first person off when nobody has like negative feelings. We don't have anybody that we're disliking at this point.
Mm-hmm. So Corey, who do you decide to like go home? Like, what do you assess at this first tribal? Because you really have only known each other for a few hours. So how do you kind of base that first vote here at tribal?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. When we realized we won the challenge, I was like screaming and hugging everybody, and then in the back of my mind, I'm like, wait, we still have to vote somebody out. And then, yeah, it's just getting back to camp, and you start seeing people pair off, and you're like, well, I hope I'm in the numbers.
So McPhail, so is like the scrambling on? Like, tell me about the scrambling and what Corey means by the scrambling was happening.
Everyone was just, oh crap, like it started, like it's not fun and games anymore. Like it's a game and it's fun, but like it's serious now, and you had to start actually playing right away. And if you didn't, if you got left out, then you might be on the wrong side of the numbers, or maybe you got brought in. You never know.
So Caitlin, can you kind of describe the feeling of being on the opposite side of that? Like, obviously you're probably nervous about coming to your first tribal, but you are safe for 4 tribals. So can you kind of tell me how that feeling is kind of correlated with scrambling and paranoia?
Yeah, I guess it kind of left my mind a little bit with the immunity, and I'm just playing like I normally would. Yeah.
Insanity. So what do you do into this first trial to make sure that the target's not on your back? And if it is, how do you get those votes off of you and onto someone else in order to secure your safety?
I don't know, it's so early in the game, like it's too hard to know whether the target's on your back. I mean, it's such a short period of time, I don't know that there's really a whole lot you can do, because making the decision is just so difficult to begin with.
So Alex, how do you assess which conversations are important to note and which ones are small little, oh, I'm actually just getting water? Or does it not really matter because perception is reality in this game?
You can see people going off all the time in different pairs and wonder what they're doing. I'm just still trying to work on my showmance right now. There's been a few googly eyes, so I'm hoping it'll come through soon.
And Brian and Corey, how are your showmances going? You want to tell me about everyone's showmances? Sandy, do you have any showmances?
I guess I'm the only one without a showmance.
Well, hopefully your torch after this tribal, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed.
Is everyone feeling comfortable or is everyone nervous?
It's hard.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows what's going on, so
McPhail, do you think the person going home knows they're going home?
I think I'm going home, so who knows? Like I think everyone thinks they're going home at this point. Nobody really knows until after this vote.
You know, again, it's too hard to know whether the target's on your back.
And it's hard to know when you start to talk game. You notice that there's like a couple people off by themselves and you're like, crap, should I have already done something? But yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I don't know. And if the target's on your back, if you know.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe time will tell. It might be you. All right, it's time to vote. Alex, you're up. All right, I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity item and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right, so 5 extra votes have been used, so there are 12 votes in this urn. I will read the votes. First vote, Rachel. That's 1 vote, Rachel. Sandy. That's 1 vote, Rachel. 1 vote, Sandy. Rachel. That's 2 votes, Rachel. 1 vote, Sandy. Sandy. We're tied again. 2 votes, Rachel. 2 votes, Sandy. Sandy. That's 3 votes, Sandy. 2 votes, Rachel. Tied again. 3 votes, Sandy. 3 votes, Rachel. Rachel. That's 4 votes, Rachel. 3 votes, Sandy. Rachel. That's 5 votes, Rachel. 3 votes, Sandy. Rachel. That's 6 votes, Rachel. 3 votes, Sandy. The third person voted off of Lift to Give the Hanover Hilltop. Rachel, you need to bring me your torch. Rachel? Slow down. All right, well, you survived your first tribal. There are a lot of extra votes. It's gonna be a crazy ride. Grab your stuff, head back to camp.
I didn't see this coming. I don't know what I did. A little loud, a little demanding, but like I didn't think I was bad. I thought I was an asset in the challenges, and I don't know, I didn't see this coming.
Here's a note for you to read out loud to the camera.
Being voted out of the game can be hard. Whether your vote off was a blindside, a unanimous vote, dramatic exit, or just an ordinary vote, it still hurts to know that your journey to compete for your charity has ended. But what if you told you it hadn't? You will now be part of a Herman Miller Outcast tribe. What this means for your game will be revealed in due time. You will be taken to the Outcast camp, in which you must survive along the other players voted out of the game. If you are willing to survive the elements and fight for your charity, you will have a chance to re-enter the game. Good luck and continue to the outwit, outplay, and outlast. I did not expect that.
Hi Sunday, Sunday's family, Sunday's friends. Happy Survivor premiere night. What an exciting night. By the way, fun fact about Sunday, when we were playing the game, she would hide the blanket so that she could have it for herself to keep warm at night. But in the morning, she would give it to me, so I appreciate that, Sunday. Also, if you're ever worried that you're going to die in like a fiery helicopter crash, Sunday is the person you want to sit next to because she'll calm you down, especially during like a hammerhead turn. She can tell you all about what that is. Also, never have a conversation next to the shelter because Sunday's probably hiding underneath it, eavesdropping. Anyway, hope you're well. Hope you enjoy the season. I remember it like it was 8 months ago because it was 8 months ago. But I think it's going to be a real fun one. And yeah, I miss you Sunday, and everybody have a good night. Take care.